Now we're going to learn three different things. We're going to learn about classes and IDs. We're going to learn about adding comments into our code, comments that don't appear on our website. And we're going to learn about adding social media icons to our page. So let's start with classes and IDs. Now if you look at this here, this A, you know that when we refer to A here, our tag A, any settings that we put will apply to all of the tags, yeah? However, there are times when we maybe want to change the settings just for one specific element within that range, in this case the links. Maybe you want them to be different colors or there to be a different effect when you hover over them. You probably want to leave your links the same. However, I'm going to use this as an example. You can add an ID or a class. You just add it here after the name of the file that we're linking to, and you give it a name. I'm going to call this one pink links because this link will be pink. There is a difference between IDs and classes. With an ID, you can only use this once, and this will apply to a specific element, in this case this tag here, and anything that's in there. You can only use that once. However, with a class you can apply that to several elements, meaning that you can add the settings for pink links in your CSS and then apply it several times to different elements, and that's what I'm going to use. So if I call this pink links, we now know that we need to add some more information here. Okay, now you will probably just go to write pink links and you will see that Atom recognizes it and suggests it for you, and you can copy some settings in there. Great. However, this isn't going to work, and it isn't going to work for one reason. This is not in the vocabulary of HTML and CSS. It doesn't recognize what pink links is. It knows what A is and P because it's set by the language. However, you've made this up yourself. So in order to show CSS that this is something that you've made up, you just put a full stop in front of it, and that will work perfectly. If it's an ID, you put a hash, but we're not using those today, so just a stop there, and I'm going to change the color to pink. I am also going to make this the hover and not the actual color until I hover over it. So let's see if that works. I'll refresh this. Looks the same. However, yeah, we've got some links are pink and the other one is yellow. So this is an example of using classes. I'm not going to keep that. I personally don't think it looks very good. However, you can use that for your links, or you can use it for anything else, such as your H1 or P tags here. I'll just give you another quick example. If I were to add another P tag, some more random text. Okay. However, as you know, these are both going to be the same, so we need to give this an ID or a class. I'm going to give this a ID this time because maybe I only want it to apply to this section, and I will call this bigger text. In here, what do I have to do? I'm sure some of you know already, but I need to include the bigger text settings. Let's copy them in so that they're similar, and the only thing I will change is the size. I'll double it. It's not going to work, remember. If it were a class, I'd do this, but it's not. It's an ID, so I'm going to do this instead. As you can see, just this P tag has changed because I've given it a specific ID. Okay, so let's move on to adding some social media icons to our page. You will find this link below this video, which I've just copied in. But as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit heavy here with the links, and we need to know what they are. So we need to start adding comments to our code so that we and potential collaborators who will work with us know what these things are, what all these links are. To add a comments for HTML, you just add this piece of code here. It's on the wall on a poster, if you can't remember, and then you can write here what it is, and this is a link to social media icons. And then to finish it, we just do 2 and then that. and then this won't appear on your page, but it's telling you what this link is here for. I've also got another one here, and this is my Google Fonts. And just like that, we have some comments. I'd really want you to do that so that you get used to it and understand the importance of commenting out your code. If you're ever working with 500 lines of code, it's very important for you and people that you work with to know what certain elements are. So we've commented that out. Let's go back to adding the social media icons to our page. Okay, so what we've just copied in here is a link to a library, a pre-coded library of social media icons, so that you don't need to code them yourself. And so when we refer to those icons within our body, our HTML document will recognize them because we have this link already set here. Without this, it doesn't work. So it's important to have this link. Below this video, you will see a list of social media icons that are included in that library, as well as a piece of code that looks a little bit like this. I want you to copy that in, and the only things that you have to change is this. You have to change this to the exact address which you want the link to take you to. I'll just write facebook.com for now, but you will need to add the username on the end in order for it to take you to a specific page. And the class is called Facebook here, and it recognizes that this is the icon for Facebook. I'll do another one here, and I'll change it because I don't like Twitter. Remember, you need the full address. It should be blue like that. And the only thing I need to change here is the name here, Twitter to Instagram. And this will change it to the Instagram logo because it recognizes it here. So let's see if they appear. Yes, they do. However, they are tiny. So we know that we need to add some CSS, that we need some style. We need to make them bigger, and when I hover over them, this big yellow box appears. I know why that is, and I'll explain that to you in just a sec. So we need to get to our CSS, and we need to add something to the class which is called FA. Now I know this because the first part of the class, this is the name of the class here. So this is what we need to refer to in our CSS file. I'm going to add some. If I say font size, this will change the actual size of the image. I'll just say 40px for now. And if I add some padding, that will space them out for me. I'll just say 30, not say 20px, and that will space them out. I want something to happen when I hover over them, so it's the same thing. However, :hover. I'll go with the same sizes. However, I want to add something called opacity, if I spell it right. That will be 0.7 for now. So if we refresh, I know this isn't going to work. However, they are a bit bigger. There is a space between them, but that yellow square is still appearing. Now, I'm wondering if you know why that is. It's something to do with this, and it's something to do with classes. Okay, so I have something for every link in my page, which is here, that whenever I hover over it, this happens, yeah? And these are links also. So I need to give them a separate class. Your task is to give them a class and make this happen when you hover over it.